Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark. That was my son, special guest Ethan Morse for the Codex station. Ethan, say hello real quick. Stand there and stare. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Codex After Dark 5x5, and we are here to bring you super awesome content that I hope you enjoy as much as we do bringing it to you. We have got an awesome show for you tonight, but first let me introduce the people you already know. On either side of me here is the beautifully talented and multi-dimensional Jamie. Over on the other side is Sal, the slab guy. He is next to the door so his dogs can get in at any time they want to. Down below doing the golf clap is Archduke Kevy from Comic Character of the Day. And right next to him is the guy that points in the wrong direction, and that is Dan from Dan Kelly Art. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we got an awesome show for you today. We got lots of polls. We got everybody with the exception of Jamie. Jamie's going to do commentary on our polls today. So there's that. We've got an awesome segment for you called Buried Treasure. Sal is going to bring that to us today. We got two topics for you, and one is brought to us by Dan. That is creators and credit. Do they get enough? And to end the show tonight, we're going to be talking the 7 wonders of the comic book world. But before, anybody?
No, just a neat.
Awesome. Before we get into that, let's go ahead and talk the business. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find us on all the socials, all you got to do is type in the Codex Station. That is where we are on your favorite social media platforms at the Codex Station. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow button. It definitely helps with any algorithm gods that are out there right now, and it lets them know that our long-form content deserves to be shown to more people just like you. We also have a website, Jamie. What would the web address for that be?
thecodexstation.com. Your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch, meet the team, talk to us, let us know what you like, don't like. Just let us know. Meet the team and find all of our socials listed down below so you have no reason to miss out on everything that we're doing and putting out for you guys. And you can share and like and subscribe from there too. So best of both worlds.
Amazing. Wonderful. Fantastic. Sal, you're on YouTube when you're not on the Codex Station. What is that?
You can find me under Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube and Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. Thanks, Dan.
Fantastic. Kevin, I'm going to save you for last because you have an announcement to make as far as Comic Character of the Day goes. Dan, you are on Instagram doing Instagram stuff. What would that be?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art or search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. As Sal Sign said, commissions are open. I just hit 500 members and just finished the commission for a random drawing I did on that. I post art and music on there. Haven't been posting as much music, so I'm gonna record some songs and put on there too. Yes, Tim is sporting the my band shirt, Never Say Die.
That's right.
So yeah, check it out, like, share, subscribe, and check it out.
There you go. Kevin, you are on Facebook when you're not on the Codex Station. What big announcement do you have for that, sir?
So we're building up to a big thing where we're going to be doing a giveaway at 500 members. We have finally shattered that glass ceiling, and we're at 501 members, which I'm very excited about. But now, because of that, we're going to be doing a major giveaway where we're going to be including comic books, free comic books, free trade paperbacks. Sal is going to be giving away a slab. Dan's going to be putting out some artwork into that. Get an opportunity to join us here at After Dark on the Codex Station as a special guest appearance. Some really cool things happening with that, and I couldn't be happier. And thank you all so much for helping us get there. Very cool. And we finally got to that point, and I have nothing but love and thanks to all of you who helped get us there. Very
good. Tell us how one gets in on that.
Go over to Facebook and join up on Comic Character of the Day. And if you are on there. I posted and pinned a post onto the top of that saying, "Hey, anybody that wants in on this opportunity, sign me up." Or what did I say?
I want in.
I want in.
Yes.
Thank you. I want in on the top of that, and we're going to be doing a giveaway, and we're going to be doing the announcement on Friday.
What day is that? That is St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day.
That's
So
right.
if you're feeling like you have the luck of the Irish, jump up on it and see it. Test your luck here.
There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, before we dive into these polls, hauls, and awesomeness, Jamie's got one thing super cool that he wants to tell us. Jamie, go for it.
All right, guys, check out our sponsor and partner, Dubby Energy. That's Dubby.gg if you guys want to go find more of this product. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is my first time actually trying it. We did get it. Me and Sally actually did get it about a few days ago. This is my first time using it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most energy I've ever had on one of these episodes. I am not lying. I've been bouncing in my chair. This is the cleanest form of an energy drink you will find on the market. Trust me when I say that. There's no jitters, there's no angst, there's nothing but pure energy. Drinking this right now, I'm drinking the Dragonade, and it is phenomenal. No bad aftertaste like most of those energy drinks that you find out there. So guys, definitely go check out Dubby, and that's Dubby.gg for more, and use the code word code-X at checkout and save yourselves 10% on your order and purchases. And if you don't believe me, let's hear from Sal himself, who doesn't even like energy drinks.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I never liked energy drinks. I was always too jittery. The crash was terrible after them, and the taste was also horrible on lots of those. So I stayed away from them. But now I've tried this one, and I'm telling you, there was no jitters. There was no crash. It tasted great. There was no bad aftertaste. I love this energy drink. This is a good thing to have, and I'm definitely going to buy some more.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, use keyword code-X at checkout on Dubby.gg so you can save 10% at checkout. Now, without further ado, Kevin, it's all about you, good sir. Tell us and show us what you have today for the polls.
All right, so I'm sorry, getting to the point where I'm picking up the individual issues has become a lot more of a logistic nightmare lately. So I'm going to be trying to stay away from the individual issues and starting with focusing on the trade paperbacks. So with that, I got a couple of ones that I'm pretty happy with to show. I had the first omnibus, we call it compendium, but I got Invincible Compendium number 2.
I think you got a broken one because it's backwards.
Fix it. Fix
No,
it.
it's never mind.
You're good. You're good.
It's good.
Yes.
Sorry,
And
Jamie.
My mind went, what?
I got compendium number 3 as well. One freaking thing is massive.
What store did you buy those at?
It's a place called Amazon.
I'm taking the joke too far. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Let's go.
And this is the other one that I got that
What is that?
just today, and I'm bloody thrilled with this.
Fables?
And let me show you what this bad boy does. Opens up as a treasure chest. And
Slams like one too.
I know, right?
Ouch.
Break your fingers. God almighty.
The 4 Fables, the entire run of the Fables series. I'm not including the extended Jack of Fables and
Wow. That's the main series run.
This thing is a freaking brick swing.
And that's better than collecting the individual issues?
It's easier.
He can barely hold it up.
I know.
Is there extra room in that? Because they just brought Fables back for I think 12 more issues.
I
have
have
there to fit that in.
I will not, but that's what the bookshelf is for. But
That poor bookshelf.
There you go.
I'm telling you, man, this one is struggling.
We're gonna be in this episode, and you're gonna watch everything collapse.
Oh my god, Kevin, that's all you
It's
got
a
this
concern.
week.
It's a concern. It's
So-
all the ones that I got for this week.
So
More to come.
let me ask you this then, Kevin. What is your trade or omnibus of the week? What would that be?
I have been waiting for the Fables run since I found out about it last year. So this is my baby. This is my new thing. So I got to go
There
with the
you go.
Fables run here.
I can
There
see
you go.
Invincible 1 on your bookshelf.
Yeah.
What's that?
I could see the first one for Invincible already on your bookshelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. My that's been sitting there for a while. I feel like I've been kind of slacking on picking up those other two for a while. So I'm pretty happy about that. And they just announced that they're coming out with a fourth one, but it's not the Invincible. It's like Invincible World. It has like the Adam and Eve story and the whole, not Adam and Eve, but Eve. It has all the other individual issues containing the entire extended universe in the fourth volume that's going to be coming out. So
Right on.
that's on my radar as well.
All right. Well,
Nice.
Kevin's trade of the week is Fables, ladies and gentlemen. Great stories. Go check it out. Dan, why don't you carry this invincibility along and show us what you got?
All right, so for my pull this week, I'll start with that. I've got first up. It's
Like the Outsiders poster, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got the sketch cover reprint they just put out for Batman 357,
Ooh.
which is the first appearance of Jamie's boy, Jason Todd.
Nice.
So I got to figure out, whenever a sketch cover comes out for a character I know and like, I always pick it up. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do on this. I'm kind of leaning towards right now, maybe drawing like Jason Todd as Robin, and then in the background, just having like the Red Hood helmet, like real big in the background. I'll see. Also got the new issue of Moon Knight, number 21.
Ooh,
Nice.
Very nice.
Which is a pretty cool issue. Got the new Fantastic Four issue 5, this variant, because it was
And
just
Alex Ross covers are.
I was gonna say, isn't that
Yeah,
Alex
always
Ross?
is.
Is that Bagley?
It is not.
I've been really enjoying this current Fantastic Four run. It's been
Fantastic.
fun. It's got a lot of sci-fi stuff, which I think is good for the team. Got the new Flash number 794, the
Nice.
1 Minute War Part 5.
Okay.
The variant cover for this issue 6 of the Joker, the man who stopped laughing, because
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a badass
wow.
cover.
Ooh.
I'm actually enjoying
so
that
good.
story so far.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I'm really anxious to see, for anyone who hasn't reading it, it's two different guys that are claiming to be the Joker, and it's not like the series is telling you, oh, this one's fake or this one's not. Like, it's legit. It could be either one of them. So, I'm really anxious to see them finally square off against each other.
That sounds
Very
interesting.
nice.
I got the new Batman issue 133.
Awesome. I haven't read that yet.
It's a pretty cool story. And then this one is my pick of the week. It's issue 1 of this new series, Clear.
I've heard good things about that. I'm actually a big fan of all the new Dark Horse stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, it's really good. Scott Snyder's writing it. Francis Manipool is doing the art.
Ooh.
The artwork is beautiful. It's this cool, like, futuristic sci-fi story, but also kind of a noir crime thing as well. Like, it's really good. It's a lot. It's thicker than your standard kind of monthly.
Is it like
So you feel like you're getting a little more
48 pages?
Yeah, you feel like you're getting a little more bang for your buck for it. Like, it's just a really cool story, and the first issue definitely has me hooked to see where it
Nice.
goes. And then I got these two for a mail call. I think Tim will appreciate this because
Okay.
I know that you are also working on completing this. I got
If it's
Heathcliff
Uncanny
number
X.
12.
Oh, look at that.
I
Nice.
finally got a good price on it. It was about $20. I found it on
Not
eBay.
bad. Those Star Comics ones are the harder ones to get a hold of too.
Yeah. So now that I have this one, I am 4 books away from having the complete set. I need Peter Porker, Care Bears, Muppet Babies, and
Masters of the Universe.
no, I got Masters.
Ooh, okay.
That one is. I find that one's actually pretty common to get. But yeah, I forget what the other one is off the top of my head. Ewoks.
Ooh,
So-
okay. The hardest ones to get a hold of.
Yeah. Yeah, because people are always putting them up there. Like I see them a lot on eBay and like My Comic Shop and Atomic Avenue and stuff, and people are always wanting $100, $200, $300 for it. Like, I'm not spending that much money just so that I can, you know, just for that. But there's that, and then I got something that I also got off eBay from a different seller. But when I eventually put these on display, what I want to do is put them all in top loaders and then just like have them all over a wall just like that. I will put this up too with it. This is the promotional bag
Oh, wow.
that Marvel was had comic shops giving out when they were doing this.
How did you get that?
Amazing.
There's a couple of them that are on eBay, and I wasn't really willing to spend like $20 or $30 for them, but I found this one for 10 and snatched it up. And then on the back of it, for all you New Universe fans, there's that. But
Yep.
I got it for that because I was like, you know what, that'll be pretty cool. That whenever I complete this set and I can display them, that will be a pretty cool thing to put up there with them too.
That is such a piece of comic history. Can you hold that front up one more time, please?
Yeah, and the bag here is in great. Yeah,
it does look like it's in great shape.
It's not torn or anything. Like there's a fold in it just from where the person, kind of folded it to put it in the envelope. But other than that, like mint condition.
That's great. Good job, Dan. That's amazing.
I knew that you would
praise Dan. Good job, buddy.
So, okay, 4 books away from the complete set of the portrait covers.
Wow.
I'll have to do a video on just them whenever I get it all done.
I'll sit in there with you if you don't mind. I'd love to. All right, Sal.
We'll do it. We can rank which ones we like from best to worst.
I'm good with that. Sal, what do you got this week, sir?
All right, I got my pools here. Let me put my drink aside so I don't knock everything over. So let's go ahead and show these guys off.
Nice.
Okay. I've read this one because I needed to know the story, and of course they dragged it out a little bit further.
Yay or nay?
Yeah, it's still a good story, but they don't release everything to you in the story.
Yeah.
Of course, they have to push it to them.
They got 4 more issues before we get to find out.
I picked up this one. It's the Flash 1 Minute War Start the Clock.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay. It's a little thicker than normal.
Yeah.
So
doesn't that collect the first couple parts of the story?
Right, it does. It does. So I also picked up Clear based on the recommendations from Dan.
Nice.
I picked up X-23 Deadly Genesis. And I got a variant for that.
Nice.
And I'll have some more variants from my HCC pool when it comes. Picked up the new Predator.
I know you've been a big fan of that.
Yep. I also got the Batman 133.
Nice.
X-Men 20.
Okay.
So this week I brought my daughter with me, and she picked up this Harley Quinn number 25.
Oh,
she liked the cover.
That's a cool
Do
cover.
you know who that is?
Hmm?
Without looking.
No, what? Tell me.
That's A.L. Kaplan variant.
Oh,
Okay.
that's wonderful.
Which we've had on the show. So if you guys want to see that interview, check it out at the Codex station.
Man, I tied that in because I knew that from the start.
Yeah.
Synergy.
That
I tied it
Kaplan
from the start.
interview was so much fun. Kaplan, if you're watching, we want you to come back, please.
So my daughter picked up your issue because she liked the cover.
There you go.
This one is Batman 125, the negative space variant.
Like that.
Oh,
That's
come on.
Wow.
There you go.
Right there?
That's
Yeah, right there.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it and I don't like it. You know, because it looks really cool when you're first looking at it, but you get a closer look on it, and it just I feel like
People have the same feeling about me. Don't worry.
oh, there you go. There's a good angle. Do you see these these white lines right
Yeah.
through here, going up, and it's like through the whole picture? And at first I thought I had a bad copy of it, but I think this is actually how it's designed. So,
well, if you don't like it, I'll take it off your hands.
oh sure, let me just see it go down. Whoosh, coming to you.
It would be funny if it just smacked him in the face right
Oh
now.
my God.
No. Dan doesn't live too far away. We go to the same shop. We usually time our shop visit at the same time so we could, chew the fat for a while and talk comics. So it's always good. It's always good. So that's my pull list that I have for this week.
What's your book of the week, Sal?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with most anticipated book is X-23 because I'm looking forward to that series.
Okay. All right. Sal's book of the week, X-23. Who's next?
Deadly Genesis.
That would be me. Okay. So, gentlemen, I have got a hefty stack to show you today. We're going to start off with my book of the week. Let me type that in there real quick.
And the winner is...
What do you think it is?
Care Bears.
It is not Care Bears.
It's
Superman #1. This, I think, is the C cover.
right.
Is that right? I believe so. I picked this up last week, and I read it, and I really enjoyed it based on your guys' recommendation.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think, on your 10 copies you had, Kevin.
Yeah.
I think it's a true to form for Superman. It's back to the fun, jovial Superman that I like to see. It's not dark and depressed all the time. So I'm very excited about that. Superman #1.
He smiles at it.
Yeah.
Superman smiles at it,
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
When he hits you with that little side smirk, it just melts your heart.
And Lois Lane
Off the
is
camera.
the interim chief editor for
Editor-in-chief.
the Daily Planet. Yeah. But moving on, we have Poison Ivy #10. This is always a favorite of mine. I love this book. And I'm very anxious to read that. That's the A cover, ladies and gentlemen.
They've been so good.
Dude, so good. So good.
I'm so glad I didn't
happy
just
with
do
this
6
series.
issues like they originally intended.
Right, yep.
Next, we have Spawn 339. I got the A and B cover, but I honestly can't tell which is which because I haven't looked it up. So we've got this one here. This beautiful cover. Yeah.
Nice.
This is awesome and amazing. And then next we have this one. I think this is the A cover, to be honest with you.
I think that's I saw that somewhere else. I think that's the A.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's the A cover. So we've got those. And then we have another anticipated book for me. I love the first issue, so I'm excited to read the second one. Nightcrawlers #2. Very excited to check that out, right? One of them Nightcrawlers is holding Mjolnir, and Thor looks like he's been through business. So we'll see what's going on there. I also have the Amazing Spider-Man #21. Anxious to read the event we've not been waiting for. So there's that. But I also got the Walt Disney Disney 100 variant cover for that, and that is the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I had to pick that up. That looked awesome. Next, we have Batman 133. You guys have already shown that, so there's that. But I have the B variant, I believe this is. Yes, this is the B. And this is the Joe Quesada cover.
Oh, that's nice.
Very good. Yeah. Quesada's been doing the past couple for Batman, and I really love his work, and I'm glad to see him doing some stuff there. Next, Sal, I got my own copy. I'm going to get it graded, and it's going to be a 9.9, not a silly 9.8 like yours.
Yeah.
Sins of Sinister #1.
Oh, I already see it. It's damaged. I already see it. It's damaged.
Sal's
Sorry.
vision's going out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had to get it. I got another one coming on the way, another Art Germ variant that I'll show the next episode that I'm on. But next we have, now we're getting into polls and mail calls. This is a Wizard 1/2 bundle that I got. I'm going to show you the highlights. But yeah, I got a stack of them, 30 of them for $30, and I couldn't pass it up. So and they all, yeah, Wizard 1/2, and they all came with a certificate and everything. So this is Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron number 1/2. This one is going directly to my buddy Paul. He's a bigger Star Wars fan than I am, so that's his. And there's a couple more sprinkled in here. So here's a part of a mail call, bunch of Spider-Man. So Amazing 390.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with that.
Nice.
The lithograph.
Yes.
Wow.
So do I have that up? No, I have the Doc Ock one.
We have 389. And then we have a super awesome cover, 388. Yeah. And
that was a great story, by the way.
Dude, the whole story was good. This one even just as good because it's part of that story. So the last one was part 3. This is part 2. This is 387, where the vulture goes young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the start of that, 386.
That's awesome. You know, I don't think there's ever been a bad Spider-Man story. Wait, no, never.
380. That is Maximum Carnage, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Yep.
And Dan, I am building my collection of the 25th anniversary issues. So there is the Amazing Spider-Man.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
I think in that set there were like four Spider-Man books.
Marvel Tales, Web, Spectacular, and Amazing at that time. Yeah. Next we have Avengers number 400. This is Avengers 367, an awesome Vision cover, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I
see that thing.
Oh, that is.
Yeah. Then we have, which I think is one of the greatest and worst Avengers stories ever. And this is Avengers.
I feel like there's a lot of that going on today.
Disassembled.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a good story, but it's a bad story too.
Yeah, Bendis took a little too much glee in tearing them apart.
Now we've got some more of the Wizard 1/2s, Spider-Man number 1/2 with the certificate.
Nice.
Then we have X-Men number 1/2 with the certificate.
I always found it that they put certificates in those when they sent them to you because, like,
it's authentic.
Real, like they used to send them in those plastic. I don't know. It's not. It's like better than a bag, but not really a case.
Yeah. Here's some more from the mail call. This is Adventures of Superman Annual number 1, Hell Below.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good cover.
I love that cover. I don't know who it is right offhand. I know it's not Perez, but I can't see a name on it. It might be Jurgens. I think it's Jurgens.
Yeah. I think you're right.
It looks like a Jurgens.
Yeah. Then we have a DC Universe logo Superboy number 14.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, always pick those up. If you see them anywhere, grab them. Then we have what was my book of the week not too long ago. This is the A cover for Blue Book number 1.
Yep.
Finally got mine. And then we have the C cover for Blue Book number 1. This is my favorite of the covers, right?
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Going to get slabbed and displayed. I don't care what grade it comes at. But the big thing. So when I was doing on the spot today, took in a stack of books, probably about yay high to trade. It was a bunch of books I had no weight in holding on to or anything like that. So it was books I could get rid of. And some of the books in there were, there was a very tattered copy of Black Lightning number 1, Black Goliath number 1 was in there, The Shadow number 1, 2 issues of Beavis and Butthead number 1, and quite a few other things. If you guys remember, I got that collection a while ago that I paid $500 for. It was a lot of books out of that. But I got a fair amount of trade, gave some of it to my daughter Gracelyn, and I used the rest to get this. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice. Minty.
Not quite. I mean, it
Not
is.
quite?
There are only three color breaking spine ticks on here. And two of them really are not that bad. But one is pretty hefty, like right where the MZJB is. There's a nice little spine tick there. I don't know if you can see
Okay.
it, but the corners are tight. There's not a whole lot of a roundness about them. The color pops, and I am so excited to have this back in my collection after several years. This when Wes and I send more books out, this is going out in that next grouping of stuff. That's
Nice.
I feel like our teams turn into like slab experts. Honestly, it was just like there's three color ticks and there's this and the corners. I like it. Like the corners are tight.
I have
like-
learned more about slabs
Crazy, like,
in the
pages.
past 3 months than I ever knew because
know.
of Wes and Sal. And
My job is done. See ya.
Sal, now like Wes says I'm a 9.8er now. It's 9.8 or nothing.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead.
Very
and
good.
awesome.
Good books. Good
switch
books.
around. Good
Yeah,
job.
very
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. Before we get started though, Sal,
Yes.
20%, buddy. How do we do that?
So you guys head on over to heroscornercomics.com and enter in the word codex to save 20% off your order. Now at Heroes Corner Comics, you got variants, you got store exclusives, you've got back issues, you've even got graded books there as well. He's got a big inventory of good stuff there, and using codex as the keyword will save you 20%. And they also have a codex bundle, which is 3 books of Hero Corner Comics exclusive books for $30. And yes, using the code will also save you 20% on that. So go check it out.
Well, there's a commercial that somebody that's not on this episode made. I wish they were here so they could tell us more about it. But
Let's just
They're
go
here
with
with us in
Let's go-
spirit. That's the old.
let's
That's
just
the
go-
old Jamie.
Just go to the commercial.
we'll
Just cut. What's up, everyone? If you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword CODEX at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out.
Yes, indeed. Use the code, save 20%.
there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome.
Keyword codex at checkout. Now, Sal, buried treasure, my friend.
All right, so let me give you a little back history on this. As you know, I'm in the process of switching all my boxes from cardboard boxes to the BCW plastic bins, which I highly recommend. Even though it's kind of pricey, you just kind of stagger it out, and I do about 4 or 5 boxes every so often. And when I'm doing this, I find older books in my stash that are like, oh my God, I actually had this. Well, I've got to save this now. As you might know, I have a little bit of a slab collection. Tim, Wes, and I are actually going to do a show where we show off some slabs and we show off books that we're going to send off for slabbing. So I found these books in my stash that I have to consider what we're going to be slabbing. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Let me show you what I found.
That threw me right off.
That's transition, ladies and gentlemen. The wonders of technology.
Gotta love it. So I found this
Deer in the headlights.
Avenging Spider-Man
Oh.
number 9.
That is not Bagley art. That's somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Dotson, I think.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Also,
The significance of that one, isn't that where she became Captain Marvel again?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's
I also
first,
have
yeah.
Oh, that is a Hulk right there, dude. Wow.
Yep.
That is Bagley art, isn't it?
This
Yes.
one, I forget. This looks
No,
like
that's
Bagley art.
Yeah, because
No.
he was doing Thunderbolts then.
I can't tell right now, but we
I
can
think it
come
was-
back to that.
I think it was Diodato that did.
Diodato. Yep, that looks like the name.
And then
Fair
Bagley was doing Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
Diodato.
Hmm.
No.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Too blurry. Moving on.
Not Bagley.
So we have the Mighty Thor, and this is Allstag as War Thor.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Okay. And move this aside here. I found also this one, Detective Comics 75.
It's a good book.
Foily greatness.
My boy.
Yep, foily goodness. But wait,
How's
we
that?
got another foily goodness coming up. X-Men Alpha, the gold.
Oh,
foily goodness.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
A new
Okay.
world, a new beginning.
Yep. Don't worry, that's on the bag, not on the book.
Yeah, I was supposed to be like, you might not want to get that one, Slap.
Yep. Batman number 700. It's just
Oh,
a badass
wow.
cover.
Oh,
That's a great
wow.
cover.
That's
I
great.
think I used to have that one.
Came across this one was Harley Quinn number 1. This was the
Ooh.
pink variant, pink background variant, which I
Hmm.
think went to like a percentage sales. This book went to breast cancer awareness.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm. Awesome.
And now here's Dan's favorite,
Miracle Man.
Miracle Man number 1.
Oh,
Now,
That is
As I
Quesada
probably-
artwork.
Yeah, as you probably know, I do not like Miracle Man.
what?
Don't like Miracle Man.
Oh.
Sorry. So, but slabbed at a 9.8, this sucker will pull about $200.
Done.
So I'm like thinking to myself, well, this
You
is
like
minty enough.
Miracle Man enough?
I think I will slab it to resell.
Oh,
Miracle
so-
Man's my boy.
So the next 4 books now I came across, these are all signed by Tim's favorite, Rob Liefeld.
ah, even
Oh,
in the gold.
And
So
even on the
X-Force
cover,
number
there's
1.
no feet.
No.
Mm-hmm. So
Not
no
a
feet.
one.
Size of Cable on that cover.
Why'd he sign it on the X-Force? You can't even
I
read
don't
the
know.
title of the comic anymore.
Mhm.
Way to
I
go,
know.
Rob. Way to go.
It's a. You got tickets to the gun show? Cable does.
Apparently.
Okay, here's some feet for you. We got the New Mutants,
Yeah.
number 100.
Where did he sign that? Oh,
It's-
right across Warpath.
yeah,
Warpath
Right
Strip?
across we have Warbird,
Yeah.
or what's his name?
Warpath.
Is that
Warpath.
in remembrance of his relative that died? Way to
Sean
go, Rob.
Star.
Way to go.
And then here we
That's
go.
awesome.
Here's your favorite now.
Youngblood? No. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Why is his
Yep.
head so small and his arms bigger than the rest of his body?
Tickets to the gun show?
Why is his
Cap's
feet
got it.
larger than his head?
I don't know. But I got another one.
Oh wow. Why two?
I don't even know. I don't even know how it got. I did not go specifically to get Rob Liefeld to sign these. I somehow bought these like this. And I
Wow.
don't even remember. I don't even remember. So that's why it's called buried treasure, because I found these little, and I'm like, when the hell did I get these? I sort of remember the New Mutants one and the X-Force one, but I do not remember the Captain America ones whatsoever.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
I'll
treasure,
throw 'em on the
folks.
pile. I'll get 'em.
Very treasured, folks.
I remember when they did Heroes Reborn and they announced Lee and Liefeld doing it, and I was really excited. I was like, "Oh, I hope they put Jim Lee on Captain America. I'll be so excited." And then they put him, and then they put Liefeld on it, and I was like, "Oh, god damn it!"
Yeah.
Sal, if you want to get rid of one of those Captain America Rob Liefeld autographs,
Yeah, Jamie will take it.
please talk to Jamie, not me. I'm not interested.
Okay.
No, you hate the guy
You're not
so
a
much.
vegan.
If you have something signed by him, I'm never having you on the show again.
You
You've
know,
said so much bad about this man. You
Fun
have
fact.
literally tore him apart. It's like me saying, like, I'm going to a 30 Seconds to Mars concert, and I hate Jared Leto.
if I were in the same comic shop as Rob Liefeld and I just so happened to have my Youngblood number 1 in hand, I'd be like, "Hey, Rob, your artwork sucks. Would you sign the highest selling Image comic book from the 90s, please?" And he'd be like, "Dude, screw you. Here's my autograph. Have a good day. Thanks, man."
$300 now.
Done.
Like, "Hey, Rob, I've got a pouch here. Can you sign it for me?"
Would you do that? Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Can you sign right where the foot is?
I want to erase that from my memory.
That's right. There's not one there.
Hey, Rob, can you sign Cap's pectoral muscles in this
Wow.
one?
There's a big enough space for you, sir.
Yeah, takes up half the page.
Speaking of stuff that takes up the page, creators and credit.
Look at your transitions.
Right? It's awesome. It's amazing.
You're
So
welcome.
So, if you guys don't know, Jamie and I, on an episode of Breaking the Code, discussed this very topic in depth at length, and it was quite a conversation. So, after you're done here, if you want to see what Jamie and I had to say about that last year, go check that out. But tonight, we're going to find out what we all have to say about it collectively. So, Dan, this was your topic, creators and credit. Do they get enough? Why don't you give us a rundown of why you chose this topic and your thoughts on it?
The reason I chose this is because when James Gunn announced all the new stuff for DC, and he announced they're doing Authority movie, and then they did the write-ups of it. They said Authority created by Warren Ellis, and Brian Hitch put something out that was like and and it's credited in the comics as created by by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. But like so often, I feel like happens in when stuff gets adapted, they just credit the writer and not so much the artist. Like if you pay attention to the credits on The Boys, it kind of says, created by Garth Ennis, art by Derek Robertson. It's like, no, Derek Robertson co-created this book with him, even though with Marvel stuff, they'll say like created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And, it's probably because Stan Lee like marketed himself the way that he did, and Jack Kirby died a long time ago, but it's always like, oh, it's Stan Lee that did all this. Like, I mean, the Marvel that we know is probably more a creation of Jack Kirby than it is Stan Lee. But it seems like the writers get more credit for creation of stuff. Like, look how long it took Bill Finger to get acknowledged as a co-creator for Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up if nobody else did. Thank you.
Yeah, and it just seems like it's I feel like comic fans know, but the outside world, it's always kind of credited towards the writer. And let's face it, this is a visual medium. The story is that not saying the story is not important, because the story is absolutely important, but it's more so a visual medium. You see it all the time, like even with slabs, where you say like, I'm getting this slab because this is a great cover, not like this is a great story, so I'm going to get it slabbed. You put this stuff on display for the art like that. How many times have you bought a book that like, all right, well, the story's kind of but man, this artwork is so great. I feel like people are more apt to do that than buy a book where the artwork is terrible but the story is good. And I just feel like the artists, for when it comes to dishing out the credit for when stuff is created, they seem to get kind of the short end of the stick. I mean, even me on my Instagram page where I post my art, I am a much better writer than I am an artist. Like it's not even comparable, but I'm not posting stuff that I write on there because I could put up a post to like, oh, here's a poem I wrote or a story or whatever. And people are going to look at it and be like, it's too many words. I'm not going to read that. But they'll look at it like, oh yeah, that's a cool drawing of Batman. It's just, it feels like that gets more attention. So,
well, I think the thing with it is like the first name that people see though is who gets top billing, and who gets top billing.
Yeah.
The writer. Yeah,
it's always created by the writer and then the artist. But like I said, I really kind of started thinking about it more when the thing with the Authority came up, and I've seen it kind of discussed a lot online too, where it's like, hey, why isn't Brian Hitch getting the credit that he deserves for this? Because the Authority would not be what it is without him. Just like I said, I thought about it too, when you look at the credits for The Boys and it doesn't say created by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. It's like created by Garth Ennis, art by Derek Robertson. Like, well, you put another artist on there, it's not going to be the same thing.
Right. Well, Jamie, why don't you jump in on this? Tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep it kind of short and sweet here on that point. But with it being the artist, like, you got to understand when the writer sits down and actually types out what he wants or writes down what he wants to do, he's got a vision in his head, but it's up to the artist to make it a realization. You know, it isn't something where you can sit there and be like, oh, the writer built the world, but the artist made the world a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you're sitting there, like, well, we were talking about Donny Cates earlier. Well, one of my favorite writers, honestly. When he was talking about when they were doing Venom with Stegman, they wanted to get the look and the feel, and the same thing with Absolute Carnage, of how they wanted the characters to look. They changed the character in a specific way. You know, it might have been substyle changes, but changes nonetheless. You look at even like the book Vanish. They had an interview where he said, you know, I was literally sitting there just saying, well, what if we had this? What if we had this? And Stegman went through and did like 40 designs of this character, you know, to make it look like what they wanted or Cates wanted on paper. You know, so you don't really sit there and as the writer and be like, okay, well, this is a cool outline. This is a cool draft. How do we make it? The artist should be the champion in that regard because they bring it to the visualization and they bring it to light.
Fair enough. Kevin, what about you? What are your thoughts?
You know, for me, there's a lot of artists and writers that are synonymous for me. Like for me, I know Garth Ennis didn't. His work with Steve Dillon. When I think of one, I think of the other. So that makes it easier for me. I also think it's easier when it's like, I know we're kind of, having the point of contention with Rob Liefeld, but like Rob Liefeld and Spawn.
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane, where they do
Greg
both the
Capullo.
art and the writing. What's that?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
When they do both the art and the writing, it's just a lot, less contentious. But yeah, I think a lot of times the artist does get the short end of the stick. But there are certain exceptions, like the dude who did that Spider-Man entirely out of spider webs on the cover.
Pack Gleason.
Yeah.
Was that Bagley? That was Bagley? I didn't know.
No, Pack Gleason. Pack
Oh,
Gleason.
Gleason. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry. That got its popularity because of the artist, not the writer. So,
Well, I think with that is cover work though, right?
Yeah,
like what he was doing was cover work specifically.
Right.
So I don't know if that falls into the category that we're talking about. I mean,
it does in essence because of the fact that now you have a better realization of the artist itself rather
their
than
particular style.
Yeah, their style rather
Right.
than somebody else's. Like the interior pages could be a totally different game
Course.
changer or course or path, whatever you want to decide to use, whatever word, insert adjective there. But as far as the covers, it gives the artist a chance to be on the front. Like that's what you're gonna see, and that's what you can look forward to moving in to whatever work they'll be doing later.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, absolutely.
I was gonna say, I feel like too with the artist that it's almost people kind of think of it too, almost what Jamie said. It's like, oh, the writer writes all this and then gives it to the artist and like, all right, design the visuals. But I mean, and we don't know exactly what the breakdown of the creative process is, but I imagine it's a lot of times it's probably more than that. Like how many times is it that the artist has created the characters and or come up with some of the basic ideas and then given it to the writer like, hey, here's the basic idea, flesh this out. Or sometimes it might just be the writer giving the artist stuff and saying, all right, you design the visuals. But a lot of times more like especially in the case of Jack Kirby, I feel like it was him creating the bulk of it and then just kind of giving it to Stan Lee and been like, all right, here's what it is.
Now
dialogue for it.
I think that there's a huge amount of variables from a case by case basis with this.
Yeah.
So.
Just what I'm saying is like, I think that, it's people would probably lean towards thinking, oh, it's just, they just draw it, and sometimes it is, but
Well, let me break it down for you like this. When I did my 8-page comic for Dragons and Warriors, the process went like this, and the artist got credit where credit was deserved because, like you said, Jamie, I created a script, I created a world, I have visuals in my head, but I can't draw to save my life, and I need somebody to be able to visually represent what I had created. And so with that aspect, with the script creation and development of what particular characters look like, the artist Eric Weathers and I would go back and forth, and I would be like, okay, this is the basic idea of what I have. What do you think? And then he'd be like, well, this would work better, or this would work better, or let's try this. And it would go back and forth. So it was kind of a combined effort, but the visuals were all him. Once we settled on preliminary sketches and stuff like that, then he created what the looks are. So in essence, the Dragons and Warriors comic book is written by me and Eric. We are the creators of that book. So all those characters that were created, the looks and things like that, those are his co-creations. That's the way that it should be, right? Yeah, but Sal, give us your opinion on this.
I have to agree that there's certain situations, it's a case by case, situation, and a lot of times working together, they should get a co-credit type of situation. Because what really, when I worked at Warner Brothers, I got to see a lot of animation art, and I got to see a little bit of background of storyboarding. And the storyboarding is really the artist would take an idea or the concept and draw it out, and then the writer would look at it and say, okay, this is good, but then this has to be a little bit more like this, or and slowly shape the character, and they would come back and with updates to that. So basically, when they're writing out the story, you would get like the main board. This is what they call a storyboard. You would get the main board, then and there would be little panels, in between, and then boom, the next really big panel or next really big chapter in the story as it moved along or as it progressed. Okay, so yes, so in that sense, I think artists should be given a lot more credit as co-creators because they really help to put shape to the world that the writer has actually written. And this is really evident, and I'll bring this up because this is kind of evident. If you watch The Mandalorian, at the end, they show storyboard or concept art to that particular episode.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see certain scenes from the episode that oh, well, okay, it looks like almost that scene, but it's not quite. But that's how they probably came up with it. Hey, here's the scene where he's approaching the monster or whatever it is, and the fight scene would ensue after that. So you would see those little scenes at the end. And so that's called story conceptual art. And
right.
It kind of drives the story, but it also, I think it really shapes the world clearer to the writer to make them more, progress it in a more storyline. I don't know how to say that.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of jumbled. What did I say? I don't know. What
it progresses the storyline further.
Yes, progresses the storyline further. Thank you, J-Dub.
Well, I think it should also be like a collaborative effort where it's like, okay, well, that's close to what I had in my head, but in order to tell the story that I want to tell, it needs to be a little bit more like this, where it's like, okay, that's cool, but if I think it would be best to be a little bit more open to each other's input than no, this is what I want to tell you, this is what I want, you're going to draw this, no story, no questions asked,
go ahead, whoever.
I
think that when it comes to a created world with newly developed characters and things like that, the creation credits should definitely go between the writer and the artist, and the colorist and the inker even. I mean, because those guys shape that. And there was even Jamie last year, there was that whole big thing with, what was it, the inker for
Invincible.
Yeah, for Invincible. That
And then there was the Ed Brubaker and Phillips debacle.
Exactly. And is that a gray area? I don't necessarily think so, because the pencils are one thing, the inks are something totally different, colors and all of that. But
Right.
if it comes to an established world with established characters, I don't think that there should be creator credit for artistic work unless they're creating a new character in that world, or a new suit, or like a new building or something like that. Then they should definitely get the creation credit for that. You know,
Like
like
me redrawing the Baxter building is not my creation. It's my
exactly,
rendition of it.
exactly.
And it all depends too on how much input they have. Like you said, for your comic, like the one I'm working on, I don't really have a problem saying created by me, because like I came up with all the characters, I wrote it, I designed all the characters and gave them to the guy that's actually drawing the art. It's like, here's what they're all supposed to look like, gave them photo references from other things and all that. But if I was working on it where it was, where there's an artist and it's them helping, saying like, here's, design what the characters are look like, and they're both working on the plot, like, yeah, there might be the guy actually writing out all the words, but like when you're coming up with where the story's gonna go and the character arcs and all that,
Right.
then yeah,
Because like how I saw things visually didn't necessarily input onto panel correctly. Well, okay, so let's get some final thoughts on this then. Jamie, we'll start with you. Sal, we'll go right down the line, and then we'll come right back to me. Final thoughts, creators, and credit.
Yeah, no, if you had any established work on a creation, or if you've had, any part of it, yeah, you are definitely, you're the co-creator. I don't care what you say. Like, even if you just put the ink on the pencils, or if you even just did the rough of the pencils, like, you're a co-creator. It doesn't make any sense for you not to be.
Exactly. Sal, what about you?
I
Final thoughts.
100% agree with that. I can't give you any more than that.
There you go. And Dan, one more time.
Yeah. I mean, if you had a hand in the creation of it, then you should be credited that way. Like I said, and especially going back to the whole thing with, with them saying, "Oh, we're doing this Authority movie, the Authority created by Warren Ellis." Like I feel like comics generally get it right with crediting who created what, but it's when the stuff is adapted outside of it that they kind of focus on who wrote it and not so much the artists, when it wouldn't be the same thing without them.
Very true. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and dive into our closing topic for the night. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I'm curious to see what everybody has chosen. So this is our 7 wonders of the comic book world. Ladies and gentlemen, it can be anything from Marvel's New York City to DC's Metropolis or the Lazarus Pit or anything else like that. So, Sal, take it away. What do you
All
have?
right.
Your 7 comic book wonders of the world.
All right. So on the Marvel side, I have the Brooklyn Bridge with Spider-Man, where Gwen Stacy died.
Okay.
That's, I think, it's one of the classic things. When you think New York, when you think Spider-Man, you think of that bridge.
Yeah.
I like the Limbo for X-Men. Was their base of operations. Magic usually operates out of there. They have the X-Mansion there, that type of thing, and also the X-Mansion in New York. I think that's a pretty
okay,
popular place. On the DC side, I like the Lazarus Pit, but I went a step further, and I took the Phantom Zone as one of the wonders. Okay,
very nice.
I also went with an easy one, the Watchtower, and I went with the Fortress of Solitude as well.
Okay. All right. Those are your 7. Jamie, what about you?
Okay, so I'm going to go with Hell's Kitchen.
Ooh, okay.
Because everyone comes out of there. I'm going to go with Bloodhaven for Nightwing. I'm going to go with the Lazarus Pit because me. We're going to go with Themyscira. New York overall for Marvel because everyone's from New York there, and I just don't get why you don't see another character in the back
Great
of the panel
Lakes
of another.
Avengers, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on them. Gotham.
Okay.
because why not? And then my last one was a hard pick, but I'm gonna go with Murder World.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Is
7
this better?
comic book
Okay.
wonders.
All right. So this is in no particular order. So for number 1, I got Wakanda.
Okay.
Number 2, Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum.
All right.
Nice.
Number 3, Savage Land.
Ooh,
Number 4, Gorilla City.
nice.
That doesn't get enough love.
And he's frozen.
Yes, he is.
He is
What's up?
in. Oh, no.
Did
go
you
ahead.
number 6?
I did not get to number 6 yet. I said number 5, Atlantis, and you could go either Marvel or DC with that one. Number 6 was Themyscira. And the last one was The Rock of Eternity.
All right. Dan, what about you? Your 7 comic wonders of the comic book world.
Well, I had taken it to be locations, so I had one where I was like all this other stuff. So I just wrote down the real quick was there just jotting down like the seven wonders of actual locations as opposed to like unstable molecules or vibranium.
It's up to you, whatever you want it to be.
So I'm going to say Krakoa.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not a fan of what the current X-Men storyline is, it's a living
House of
island
X.
along.
Mhm.
I'll say the Bat Cave. Where else are you going to
Okay.
find a supercomputer, a giant dinosaur, and a giant penny all in one spot?
Yep.
Got to go with the Baxter Building, the Flash Museum.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
good call.
that's
I
good.
didn't even
Good.
think of that one.
Kevin said one, Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Could be Marvel or DC or
Mhm.
any other publisher that's done anything with that.
Mhm.
Avengers Mansion, wherever it might happen to be, is always a good one. And then I'll also go with the Rock of Eternity.
Yes.
There you go. All right. I will go ahead and give you guys mine in no particular order. So, number 1, Marvel's New York City.
Mhm.
That is where everything takes place. Number 2 is Gotham City in the DC universe. I think it's equally as important, more important, I think, than Metropolis. Number 3 is the Sanctum Sanctorum. Doctor Strange's home. Number 4, Sal, the Fortress of Solitude. Has to go on there. Number 5, going to throw you through a loop here. The Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense.
Nice.
I think that,
Hellboy.
yep, I think that needs to be showcased a little bit. Number 6 is Battle World from the Secret Wars story, not Marvel Superhero Secret Wars, but what Doctor Doom held together by sheer force of will alone. And then number 7 is Xavier's Mansion for the
Nice.
X-Men. So there you
Yep.
go. All right,
Choices,
great.
guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. So, guys, I think it is safe to say we can put this wonder of an episode to bed. Let's go ahead and do that. Before we get out of here, Dan, you're on Instagram. Let everybody know what you do and how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. I post art and music there a few days a week. Like Sal's sign says, commissions are open. And get a commission so that your money can become my money. And send me a message and let me know what you want, what you're looking for. Make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe, not just for me, but for everyone. Like I said last week, I continue to say, for you, it's just the act of clicking a little button that says subscribe or a little button that says follow. But for us and what we do with our pages and our channels, it means absolutely everything. Just that simple little thing helps us out tremendously.
There you go. Absolutely, guys. Kevin, you're on Facebook. What do you do over there and what is awesome about it?
Excuse me, I'm also up on Instagram. Thank you very much. Hey, I created a group over on Facebook and Instagram called Comic Characters of the Day, where we post a different character, a different cover, different question, anything funny, anything news related about this comic book geekery that we all know and love. We finally hit that 500 mark, and I couldn't be more thrilled. We have a major giveaway that is going to be announced the winner on Friday, St. Patty's Day. If you want the opportunity to win some free comic books, some free trade paperbacks, a graded slab, some artwork, and the opportunity to appear on one of these podcasts with us, go over onto Facebook, join Comic Character of the Day, find the post pinned to the top of the page, and put in "I want in" for the opportunity to win all this great stuff that we have available. Thank you so much for helping us get there. We love you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sal, you are on YouTube. What do you do over there, and how can people find you?
Okay, you go to YouTube, you search for Sal's Comic Corner, and under Instagram is SlabGuy77. Excuse me, and you'll find videos all about my slabs, unboxings and boxing ups, and it's good stuff like that.
Good ASMR unboxings.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a website. It is called thecodexstation.com. Head over there for all your merch, meet the team, and so much more. All you got to do is type in thecodexstation.com. Don't forget, we are on all the socials at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platform, and your favorite streaming platform that you're watching us on right now. All you got to do is find us at the Codex Station, hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow button, so that way our content can be shown to you and more people just like you all the time, every time. Jamie, you've got the best news of all. We have a sponsor. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that and close us off tonight?
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you had not had the chance yet, go check out Dubby Energy. As you can see, Sal's wearing a shirt. We both got our sample packs and our shakers with that. But I have to say, Dubby Energy is probably one of my favorite drinks now. Gave me a boost of energy that I have so lacked as of late. Totally clean, no jitters, no itchiness, no nothing that comes with it. And it's not like any of the other energy drinks where you have that bad aftertaste or you're burping it up later. It is completely and utterly amazing. Go check them out at w.gg. Again, that is at the bottom. And all you have to do to save 10% is use the code word CODEX. That's CODE-X. Go check that out. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank every single one of you who have viewed, jumped in, liked, shared, subscribed. We're building an amazing community, more people every single week, and it's been fantastic to see everything build up. With that being said, I just wanted to say, guys, you know actually what I'm about to say. Things are tough out there for a lot of people right now, and you might not know what battle they're fighting or what they're going through at that time, but kindness always wins. And even making someone smile can change the course of their day or life. So always be kind. And we will see you in the next one, which is tomorrow.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Much love. Peace.